He is the last human alive on Earth. Every day feels like a repetition, as if time itself has abandoned him. All resources are his for the taking, with no one left to restrict him. His bedroom is set up right in the middle of the street, with no care in the world. He uses a 1,000-year-old antique as a night pot. Absurd yet extravagant. There's no one to judge, so he sees no reason to wear clothes. He wakes up promptly at 6 a.m., finding whatever he can at home to eat. He feeds his free-range chickens some oatmeal, a treat for them. A few fresh strawberries make a perfect afternoon snack. He uses a fire truck to water his corn. The generator gets filled with gasoline, powering his makeshift home. He turns on the radio, switching through channels as usual. As always, no one responds, just like every day for the past 3 years. After finishing all his chores, he heads to the largest football field for a World Cup final against a model. He dribbles the ball, takes a shot, and scores with the ball flying into the net. He raises his arms and shouts, "If the national team had me, they'd have qualified by now." Despite finishing everything on his to-do list, only 2 hours have passed. With nothing else to do, he sits with the model and wastes time. They binge-watch Hollywood and international films to kill the boredom. Finally, the night falls. The most exciting part of the day is about to begin. He stretches, yawning, and strolls into the underground parking lot. Today, he chooses a Lamborghini for a thrilling ride. He speeds down the highway, feeling the rush of adrenaline and freedom. The man stands up, roaring into the night, letting his loneliness pour out. Suddenly, he stops, horrified, as he notices a figure ahead of him. He jerked the steering wheel to the side in a panic. The car screeched to a halt just in time, but not without slamming into the guardrail. He didn't even care about the cuts on his face. Instead, he grabbed a flashlight and shone it ahead. His heart was racing, equal parts fear and hope. There, in the beam of light, stood a little girl holding a sheep. When she saw another living person, she got even more emotional than he did. She burst into tears, sobbing uncontrollably. Then she threw herself into his arms, clinging tightly. Feeling the warmth of her embrace, he finally dared to believe. He wasn't alone after all. He brought her back to his shelter and offered her all kinds of food. The girl devoured it hungrily, as if she hadn't had a proper meal in ages. Once she was full, she told him there were still many survivors out there. He turned on the satellite radio and, for the first time in years, received a clear signal. North America had already restored social order. They had set up offices in 26 cities around the globe to aid in reconstruction and gather survivors. Whether one wished to relocate to North America or rebuild their home locally, the United Coalition promised support. The man was so shocked, it felt like a million alpacas were stampeding through his mind. Then excitement hit him like a bolt of lightning. There were still people. After wandering through ruins for 3 whole years without seeing a single soul, he had accepted loneliness as his fate. But now there was hope. That very night, the two of them agreed to head for Beiping, the nearest city with a coalition outpost. The next morning, they packed supplies and prepped for the journey. Then, behind the wheel of a rugged G-Wagon, they hit the road. Along the way, they occasionally passed human skeletons, stark reminders of the world's collapse. During a break, he taught the girl how to drive. They came across an abandoned countryside orchard. The girl hopped out to explore and discovered plenty of watermelons and grapes still growing. He tossed her an empty crate and said, "Pick some fruit. I'll be back in a bit." But before he got far, she came chasing after him, panic written all over her face. When she found out he was going to scavenge for supplies, she insisted on coming along. With a sigh, he handed her another crate. "We got to split up. If we don't, we won't reach Beiping tomorrow. Just grab more fruit. I'll be back soon." "I don't want grapes anymore. Just don't leave me," she cried, her voice trembling and her expression heartbreaking. He froze for a second, then gently touched her cheek and said softly, "You might not want grapes, but now I do." With a determined look in his eyes, he said to her, "Wait for me here. I promise, I'll never leave you. We're family now." With that, he drove off, leaving the girl and her little lamb standing there, watching him disappear into the distance. He soon found an abandoned telecom company nearby. He salvaged a batch of phones and other communication gear. Xiaoyi set them up, trying out different social apps. Eventually, she connected to a foreign platform, and to their shock, there were tons of users from their own homeland. The discovery lit them up with excitement, like hope had been reignited. They stepped on the gas, speeding toward their destination, biting. But once the thrill subsided, the man's instincts kicked in. Something felt off. He had traveled through countless ghost towns over the past 3 years, never seeing a single soul. So how did all these people suddenly appear? Before he could piece it together, Xiaoyi shared something even more chilling. According to the latest update from the North American Union, not a single surviving male has been found in any of the global outposts. The man was stunned by the announcement, but a second later, he burst into manic laughter. No more men in the world? That means I'm the last one standing. I'm every woman's dream guy now. This is insane. Feels like I could laugh myself awake from a dream. He no longer rushed the journey. Instead, he made a detour to a deserted hot spring resort. Without hesitation, he drove the G-Wagon straight through the entrance and parked at the main hall. Xiaoyi looked puzzled. Aren't we going to biting today? He grinned. Not today. You're getting a hot spring bath and a new outfit. Tomorrow, you'll show up at biting looking fabulous. Xiaoyi lit up with joy, excited at the thought of some relaxation. But her excitement quickly faded. It turned out to be nothing more than a heated pool powered by immersion rods. Then again, in times like these, even a warm bath felt like a luxury most could only dream of. Once the water was warm, the man got up to find some clean clothes for Xiaoyi. As soon as he walked out of the door, he suddenly thought of a key question. He rushed back and yelled, "Unplug the heater before you get in. It's dangerous." Before he could even finish, Xiaoyi let out a high-pitched scream from the bath. Turns out, she had just undressed completely, and now the world's last man had seen everything. Mortified, he spun around and bolted out of the room. The next day, as they neared the first gathering point in biting, Xiaoyi suddenly spotted something in the fields, figures moving like they were farming. She excitedly rolled down the window and waved, calling out to them. But as they got closer, the man's expression changed drastically. Those women weren't farming. They were slitting another woman's throat. He immediately realized something was wrong and yelled at Xiaoyi, "Speed up! Get out of here!" The women simply stared coldly as the car sped away, their faces expressionless. Blood still dripped from the tips of their knives, painting a chilling picture. As they approached the city of biting, they saw something even more horrifying: bodies of women hanging from the overpass. The man's expression hardened. He looked at Xiaoyi and said grimly, "Biting might not be the safe haven we thought it was." As they entered the city, nearing the broadcast's designated gathering point, they encountered a roadblock. A group of armed women stood guard, eyes full of suspicion. The leader of the group quickly spotted the man inside the vehicle. In a world where no other living man had been found, his presence instantly raised alarms. Weapons were raised. "Step out of the vehicle. Now!" The man gripped a wrench from the car, ready to fight for his life. Just then, a voice rang out from the side. "Nana, they're with us." A girl with twin braids came running over quickly. She spoke up right away. "She's new, has no clue how things work yet. Don't mind her. She used to be a swimmer in sports school. Got so many hormone shots her Adam's apple almost popped," she joked. As she talked, she pulled out a few pieces of chocolate from her bag and handed them to Nana. Chocolate was a rare luxury in times like these, and the moment Nana got her hands on it, she waved them through without another word. Back in the car, Xiaoyi thanked the braided girl sincerely. "Thank you for saving us." The man leaned forward. "Who were those people?" he asked. The girl replied casually, "That's the Dongbei army. Inside the second ring, it's all their turf. No civilians allowed in, especially not fake men like you." Xiaoyi quickly blurted out, "He's not a fake man, he's—" She was cut off by the man, who calmly interjected, "Do you know where the survivors' outpost is now?" The girl shrugged. "They got kicked out of the second ring, but I can take you there." But then the braided girl made a demand. She wanted the little lamb. Or hey, I'll take that handgun of yours instead. As she spoke, she pressed the gun barrel right against the man's forehead.